Hello and welcome to this training session. My name is Ashraf Ayad and I want to show you today some interesting ways of demoing your models. So for example, I want to do something as of the file being constructed from scratch. I have a few animation here that I can show you to better explain what I mean. So here, as you can see, the model is being built from bottom to up, and I did not do any visualist or post effects work in here. This is just rendered out of Maya. Let me give you a better angle. So you see the camera is moving around and you can see the file is being constructed or appearing from bottom up. For this, I'm going to use a simple tool that's available for Maya. For example, I'm going to pick my object and I'm going to do under the polygon menu, and I'm going to do mesh mirror cut. And I'm just going to use the default options. And what that will do, it will give you a plane, and from that plane it will mirror the object according to your option that you choose, either in the XZ or YX, depending on what you're looking at. And once you move it up and down, it will either mirror it according to that section that you're cutting at. So for this, to make this effect that we just looked at, I'm going to go to my outliner and I'm going to delete the mirrored object that I was working with, and that will leave me only the, as you can see here in my shaded mode, give me only my object in here. So I'm just going to now, if I move this up and down, you can get that effect. Since we want it to go from bottom up, I'm just going to rotate this 180 degree. And now I can move it up and down and it will be in constructed. So all I have to do now is just give it simple keyframes. So I'm just going to go all the way up, go to my last key dot, go to my first frame, and take it all the way down here. And now when I run my animation, you will see the file being constructed. And the fun part is that I can go now and select all these objects here, go to my render layer, and we'll see that MinterRay will respect that. So I'm adding this render layer. All I'm doing now is pretty much putting an ambient occlusion on it. So if I go to the layer attributes, layer 1, under the preset, choose occlusion, and now I have an ambient occlusion override. That was just a simple way of getting to that ambient occlusion. So if I render my scene now with MinterRay, as you see now, MinterRay respects that and it will shows up correctly. The one thing that we need to be aware of and see what's going to happen here, for example, if I go to the first or somewhere in the middle and I open the UV texture editor, just zoom out here, and you see these are all the UVs. If I go down in the animation, you will see the objects, as long as they're starting to disappear. Let me close this, get this closer here. So this is a smaller view, and these polygons are not appearing at all either in the UV or in the display. And the more you go in the hierarchy in the animation, you will see the more they appear, and therefore they will give you that model. And that will be beneficial when we start working with displacement maps. So let's do file new real quickly. I'm just going to create simple object, and I'll assign a new material and just give it a texture file. And the thing is, when you work with these files, that you need to delete the history, otherwise that will give you a problem when you're doing that same procedure again. So mirror cut, same thing, and you'll see now once we start animating this, the texture is holding. So that will work. If we open the UV texture editor, you will see now, if I go, I should animate this here. Now you will see that the more in the animation, the more polygons are displaying per face, and that face is showing which texture that's on it. So that will hold the displacement or the color channels. I can show you as well in another file that was holding displacement. So here's a simple file that I had. It has the same thing, a simple animation of the model being constructed, and this file actually has a displacement map. Let me go to the material attribute. So it has a displacement map and has color and bump, as actually it was using a normal slot. And you'll see here I just pre-rendered it so you don't have to watch it render. This is how the frame looks like, and this is half of the frame. So you can see it's the animation, or sorry, the cut itself, the displacement is still holding, the normal map still holding, the colors attributes are still holding. So this way you can showcase your model that comes out of Mudbox or what have you in an interesting new way. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this session. I'm looking forward to talk to you more.